Trey, 27 tonight. You're going to have to pick up some of the slack that Britton left off. Is this kind of a sign of things to come?
Finally see a new opponent, just versus yourselves. What's the case way to finally get game number one, even though it's not game, but
Would you say that the offense is a little bit behind the defense right now?
well, the one thing you make the comment that the defense has often it'd be different if you just couldn't get into next season. Not players. You run your offense and get layups and get out. Because we got them both in concept. Now we got to put them things in.
It went out of the gates a little bit slow, though. Would you concur
we're
with that?
very slow. We're very slow. That's figuring it out. Trying to figure out things. You got to figure each other out. And ask for Anton.
Good luck Friday.
Grady, Carson, and Farmington, the first four off your bench, is that going to be your rotation?
Carpenter's going to be one. Noel will be another. Monte will be another. Charlie Lee is going to be back right.
What about
Stay
Hale?
on it, so that will take a little change a little bit there.
What about Hale? He's the second guy off the bench.
Hills I played only because I don't really want to do much. Flanagan, Noel, Carpenter. So we'll restart or well, we're still making a decision. Okay. Otherwise, how comfortable are you getting ready to go into the new season Friday? Well, we're a little bit behind. We're a little bit behind, more than I would like because we got all these new faces out there. So we don't add a lot of stuff. Pretty basic. What you do on package, pretty basic. And we got to get that improved. The thing is, they just got to get floor time. And we got a lot of guys playing out there beyond that have had floor time. See, Yates hasn't had floor time. That was his first time in 2 years getting on floor.
How do you think he looked today?
He did okay at
Yeah.
times. He did, and this is his first game, and I know he had a lot of jitters. And Kaiser got to get some floor time. These are all new guys that got to fit in with our guys and get more on the floor time. I got to get Aaron some time. I didn't get him today, but I got to get him eventually because we're going to need that big body. And but I got to get more from Flanagan and Zola because they're going to be key factors for us this year. Because I don't really want to play a guy over 30 minutes.
Right.
That's my goal this year. I don't wanna play a guy over 30 minutes. I would like Anton. Anton should be about 28. Okay, what did he get today? 28?
Yeah.
Okay, Trey, I don't want 31 minutes out of him. I want him 28. If they can all go 28, they'll have fresher legs down the stretch of the game.
Did you prefer going on a roll to Iona or?
Well, we picked that purposely, you know. When I coached at Kent, I would always go on that road the first couple of games and play tough people, because it would tell me where our team was. And that's what we're starting to do again here. You know, I want to play somebody. I want because they need to know exactly how we play and how well they can play. Because I can fool you by playing 4 of these guys.
Yeah.
You know, but they just be Division I schools. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There'll be low-level Division Is, and we can get a couple of wins and look pretty good. And maybe get the confidence up a little bit, but when they play someone big, confidence shoots right back down. Now, when you play player teams that's out the gate, it really tells you where you're at. We did that last year, and it told us where we're at. We went over to San Francisco, and now we're right into it.
What do you know about the matchup between Iona? Do they have more size?
That's
Are
the
they?
team. All they're missing is the one guard, and they added 2 guards to that. They're gonna be pretty good. They're picked to win their league, and they're picked to go to NCAA. They're a good team. And they're at home, so, they're feeling pretty good at us coming in there. And they feel they owe us one from last year.
Right.
Did you talk about the press, the press basically from the beginning? Did you talk about?
Well, that's who we are now. I mean, we're back to that, and, but see, again, you need numbers to do that. And so that's why I gotta add some more people to the equation to help in that. And you know, we did some things in it that, I wasn't as happy about, but they played it hard, so that's all I can do. You know, as long as you play it hard, something good's gonna come out of it.
You said a couple of years ago, you were thinking of pressing for the entire game. You got a team to do that this year?
I don't know for the entire game, but we're gonna press now. And I'm gonna put it on, as much as I can press, we're gonna press. See, the thing I think we have to do a better job at is pressing without unnecessary fouls. So I thought we had about 4 or 5 unnecessary fouls, and that stuff add up as the game goes on.
Marlon Mason, it just seemed like
We gotta get him
his style is 10, but when he goes to the hole, he goes back to a 2. And it's like,
I don't know what he ended up shooting, what he 1 for
1 for
9.
9.
See,
He's your wingman.
he's a key factor for
Yes.
us. And if we don't have his production, we're limited in numbers. You know, people putting the ball in the hole. Maryland's gotta be a 10-pointer at minimum for us this year.
Was that an odd game for him? Was that just one of those nights?
Well, he hasn't gotten out of the gate yet.
Yeah.
And we gotta get him out of the gate. I mean, the positive thing with that is, of the 9 shots he missed, only 1 was a jump shot. So that's 8, so he's missed 7 layups.
He really blew that one.
Yeah, I mean, 7 layups now. So we gotta get better at that, and Anton missed about 4. You add them up, and things add up.
Is he pressing Marlon?
Yeah, I think-
Is this just?
I think his senior year, he wants to do well, but this is the first game. The first game, sometimes you gotta get them jitters out. I know he's gonna go home and think about this, and man, I'm back. We gotta get him back, 'cause we need 10 points out of him. Because if we're gonna score 70 points a game, I think we can be a 70-point scoring team again. We're not like we were last year. I thought we were 75 plus last year. But now, because we had John Harris and Brent, so you had both of them. If you take them 2 away, that's 35 points. That's 25 points from your line. And then you add Sebastian with that, that's another 8. So you're talking about 33 points that you don't have this year. So somebody's got to make up for that. However, they don't have to make it all, because I think we're about a 70 point game scoring team. So I got to get them to that point.
So out of your bench, you kind of want them to be the 20 to 25 point range.
That's too high for this
Who's
group.
for a bench?
Yeah, I think if we can go anywhere 15 to 20 points, I think our bench is helping us. Today, we got 7. We didn't get a whole lot of help from the bench. Now, there's going to be a couple, one or 2 of these guys that's out there now that's coming off the bench. And and that's what.
Yeah, Charlie Lee was, very good.
Did you talk about Anton's mid-range jumper?
Oh, you like that, you've been talking about that quite a bit. No, Anton's got that in his arsenal,
I know.
and he feels pretty comfortable, and he feels pretty confident right now. What I gotta get him doing is not only looking for that, because we don't have another guy inside. So he's got to go inside, you know, so he's gotta pick and choose. But I allow him to do that because he takes the big guy away from the backs.
So you probably could see Grady and Scales on the floor at the same time, or?
Yeah, you can see that. The one that I thought, you know, he was fighting the jitters a little bit too, first game jitters, was Zolo. Zolo can give us about 8 points a game. He's got that kind of ability. I gotta get more points out of him.
Is the Charlie Lee situation a cause for concern, or is it gonna be a wake-up call for him?
I think it's a wake-up call for him. I think he'll grow from this. But you know what, his attitude has been great in practice. You know, he's been on that white tee, the second group, and he's been leading them, and they helped this group that's out there.
Any other questions?
How much time do you spend on the pressing practice?
You like that pressing Anton's jumper. Well, we spend probably about, when we do the press, when we press that day, we don't press every day. You know, well, let me put it like this, we don't work on the whole makeup of our press every day, but we do some form of pressing throughout the practice. And at the end, we probably put about 10 minutes in throughout the practice. And then at the beginning, if it's a pressing day, we put 15 minutes or so. That's 25 minutes in total.